I'm gonna be honest, I had lots of doubts of this giga coaster actually happening, and I still think there's a somewhat decent chance that this concept doesn't happen. I was feeling a lot of different emotions when those plans came out, but mainly excitement. Now, one thing I realized after I had some time to soak this in was that this coaster is almost indirectly going to embarrass Six Flags. More specifically, their flagship park, Six Flags Magic Mountain, that will be receiving their 20th roller coaster this summer, in which they are very proud of. This is actually pretty funny to think about, and I'm going to explain how if this coaster actually happens, it will be something enthusiasts will laugh about for years. Today, not only am I going to discuss and analyze this crazy new project, I will also be explaining why this will embarrass Six Flags. Now, do I think Knott is building this coaster with the intention of shaming Magic Mountain? No, not a chance. Or at least it's definitely not their main intention. However, I think it's fair to say that the result of their ambition may set this kind of a situation up. In my personal opinion, Knott seems like a family thrill park with a nice mix of family rides and thrill rides. So the fact that they are building a giga coaster here makes it that much more of an embarrassment to Six Flags. Before we jump into the video, I'd like to give a shout out to Ethan Z. If you'd like the chance to get a shout out, tell me what would be a good name for this roller coaster in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to be entered. Also, give me some creative names. Have some fun with this one, guys. That said, let's take a look at this coaster and why I think it's not just any regular giga coaster. The layout of this roller coaster looks as if the designers came in with the intention of trying to make this the best giga coaster or even the best roller coaster in the world, period. You probably already heard about the layout, so I'm just going to take you through it quickly. First of all, this coaster is said to be about 325 feet tall with a drop of 347 feet that will go underground through a tunnel. After that first drop, you'll twist into a hammerhead turn, and then a twisted speed hill of some sorts. Next, you'll do a massive camelback hill and what looks to be a smaller wave turn. The main turnaround on this coaster will be a massive figure eight like element, which is something that should be really cool on Giga. Then you will go through a moderately sized speed hill and another camelback. Then you'll go through another airtime hill that seems to be outer banked, like something you would see on an RMC or an Intamin. It will be followed by a wave turn, speed hill, and one more turn before you hit the brakes. This will definitely compete with a ride like Fury 325 in terms of length, so it will be one of the longest coasters in the world. I debated for a while whether I thought this was going to be a B&M or not, but then I realized that it doesn't look like there will be any inversions on this ride. And I think a B&M would provide the logical capacity a park like this would need. I believe that the only reason Knott chose to go with a giga roller coaster opposed to any other kind of roller coaster is for capacity reasons. Knott's Berry Farm is the most visited park in the Cedar Fair chain, and I've heard it has the tendency to get packed. This park seems to be on the smaller side, and they only have one high capacity ride in Silver Bullet as far as the roller coasters go. Also, the park has a lot of low capacity coasters like Coast Rider, Ghost Rider, Hang Time, and a slew of others. I think the main reason Kings Island got Orion was to add another people eater to the park. That ride is fantastic at getting people through the lines, as all other B&M Hypers and Gigas are. It's pretty obvious the reason why Kings Island got a Giga over a Hyper coaster because they have a B&M Hyper and Diamondback already. Still, the reason they chose this model over other models is because of the appeal a Giga has. A Giga goes really high, drops really fast, and that just sounds amazing to the average thrill seeker. Even without the pandemic, I don't think that Orion would have made attendance increase that much, mainly because the park gets slammed like pretty much every other day. However, the incentive to travel to ride this ride is much higher, and the merchandise sales and fast lane sales all make this coaster a perfect fit versus something like a dive coaster. I think the same holds true for Knott's Berry Farm and their proposed Giga. A ride like that can only increase attendance so much, but the pure fandom over a giga coaster is what makes it so worthwhile. If they were to add a B&M Hyper, the GP wouldn't see it to be any different than Goliath at Six Flags Magic Mountain, even if the ride experience was superior. But a giga just commands your attention. Which brings me to the point of this video. This coaster kind of puts a damper on Magic Mountain's title of Thrill Capital of the World. Magic Mountain is boasting about their 20th roller coaster, which is an RMC Raptor that seats one across. It's a little over 130 feet tall and is close to a carbon copy of another roller coaster. At the same time, just an hour or two up the road, Knott's Berry Farm, the so-called family theme park, is said to be getting the tallest and fastest coaster with a lift hill in the world. I'm not saying that Wonder Woman will not be a good ride. In fact, I think it's a pretty solid addition for the park. But as this coaster goes through the construction process, people are bound to look at the scale of this ride in comparison to what is being planned to be happening at Knott's over the next few years, especially if construction starts during the time that Wonder Woman opens. Not only is this an insult to Magic Mountain, it's an insult to the entire Six Flags chain. Magic Mountain is supposed to be the crown jewel of the Six Flags chain, and that family park down south is getting one of the biggest rides in amusement park history. I honestly don't know how Six Flags will react to this. It obviously won't shut them down or anything like that, but maybe it'll give them a wake-up call. I'd have to guess that with all the expenses taken into account, this is probably going to be a $40 million expansion, which is just wild. Knott's is going to be getting a lot of national attention for this, and they will probably be set for years to come. Obviously, this idea probably came with the side perk of sticking it to Six Flags as a way to flex their power and stability as a company. This roller coaster will probably be one of the most praised attractions in a long time, if this actually comes to fruition. Knott's is looking to become a family thrill resort with their hotel, amusement park, and water park, and they will now be adding a parking garage, which is similar to resorts like Disneyland or Universal in Florida. Six Flags' flagship park that has 20 roller coasters remains a cheap way to have some fun. Another example of Six Flags being insulted is in Georgia, where Air Force One will be opening up next year. Six Flags is a smaller hybrid coaster at Six Flags over Georgia called Twisted Cyclone, but Air Force One will be much bigger and grander in scale than Twisted Cyclone is. And prior to this, Fun Spot was just known as an FEC. Think about that. Six Flags getting shown up by an FEC. Isn't that wild? Anyways, back to Knott's. Knott's Berry Farm actually looking to get a giga coaster is pretty shocking, to be honest. I didn't really think that it would ever happen when I first heard the rumors. But now it looks like there is some concrete evidence that this will actually happen, and steps are being taken to get this monster approved. I find it ironic that these plans for the coaster came out just a couple months after Magic Mountain was hyping up their 20th roller coaster, and then Cedar Fair just said, yeah, that's nice, but
we do not care.
And they almost are kind of taunting them with a ride that Six Flags refused for years to build for Magic Mountain. Anyways, what do you guys think of the news about this project breaking out? Do you think that this could be one of the best roller coasters in the world? Do you think it'll even be built? And how do you think Magic Mountain will respond to this? Make sure to tell me all those thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more roller coaster videos coming very soon. I'd like to wish you all a happy new year, and with that said guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.